Hey guys, welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Welcome cross watchers for Pisces. If you're brand new to the channel, say hello, come in the comments, don't be shy. Let me know you're a first-time viewer, where you're tuning in from. I love to learn where people are coming in from around the world. And it helps me kind of, get in sync with your energy too. So, welcome. All right, I am going to pull from Law of Attraction Oracle just to activate this reading. Let's see what message is coming in for those of you watching today. Ooh, precision. It says, careful, calculated action leads to best results. Aim with clarity and intention. Take focused action today. Align each step with your ultimate goal. We've got that little bullseye kind of a graphic there. The reverse message says, scattered efforts may be wasting energy. Refine your focus and act with clarity. You're getting the upright, which is great. But that reverse message gives you a little clue. Like if you're kind of over here and then you're over here and, you're having your Seven of Cups moment. Like, oh my God. Then it's talking about careful, calculated action. Yeah, is what leads to best results. So take some focused action. Just bring those blinders here, get laser focused, and go for it. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to do that, especially during Mercury retrograde. I know, which will be with us till the 29th and then beyond for its direct shadow, or post-retrograde shadow. We've got the new moon in Scorpio coming up on the 19th, 20th, depending on where you live. So if you are in the any of the memberships, the monthly memberships, I'll be doing that reading for you. So, check in moments in your account. The night before or the night of. Whoa. Okay, so this spread that I'm using is a Soulmate Twin Flame spread. Don't really use it a lot on the channel. Haven't ever used it before, quite frankly, but I like the spread. So I'm going to pull the cards, walk you through it. I'll go back and clarify what's needed. For this particular spread, I'm just going to pull this as an overall energy because it sort of slipped out. I wasn't really paying attention, but I like it, especially since you got the focused attention card, right? You got the precision. And our Queen of Swords is nothing if not precise. Precise with her words, precise with her agenda, right? It's nothing hidden. It's all face up. But what I like about her, first of all, Libra energy, nice and balanced, diplomatic, fair-minded, but also real practical, pragmatic, focused. Nobody's going to take her off her game when she's making a beeline for the information that she wants. She's a truth seeker and a truth teller. Right? Give it to me straight, no chaser. So I'm just keeping that as a little bit of extra energy for you for the reading. Okay? But now, okay, Knight of Swords. How does this person, this is the soul split, how does this person indicate that they're an extension of you? Well, this feels, again, it's about communication, but it's with an effort to be understood and to understand. And therefore, to clarify, to clear up misunderstandings, clearing the air is most noted with the Knight of Swords. But the built-in feature here is to not sit on it, to not hesitate, to go in as soon as you see something isn't being understood or it's not being communicated properly or something was picked up in the wrong way. It's like there's like a sense of urgency that the Knight of Swords has to clear it up. The Knight of Swords can kind of get out over their skis and can kind of speak quick off the tongue and think later. Can also, have heightened energies of like anger. But that's not what I think. I think this person is an extension of you in that clear communication is important. It's not something they're going to wait on. Soul compliment. How does this person amplify you, or in what way do they show you where you need some improvement? It's about overcoming obstacles. Doesn't it go really nicely with the Knight of Swords? So that it's not just about clearing the air, it's about taking any misunderstandings, taking any bumps in the road, and knowing that if you pull together, you can overcome them. So this person amplifies your courage, amplifies your inner strength, amplifies your confidence, or is reflecting to you, right, that's where you need a little bit more zhuzh. We're zhuzhing today. Okay? All right. What's the lesson here? 7 of Wands. Okay. Don't rage against the machine. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Methinks thou dost protest too much. So the lesson, what haven't you learned? What's the blessing? 6 of Pentacles, I like it. What have you missed so far while maybe being preoccupied or distracted by negative stuff or by doubts or by worries? What have you missed? What's the blessing? There's a blessing here. 6 of Pentacles. It is about the investment. This person being invested 100%. And whether you're in separation or not, doesn't matter at this point. Because it's a mindset, because this person, wherever they are in proximity to you, knows the importance of the directness, of being, of being clear, of being understood, of not being misunderstood, most importantly. And I feel like this person is a really good partner, has great potential for a nice reciprocal relationship. So if you're in a connection where there's lots and lots of pain, this may not be your reading. Where everything seems to be at odds, again, may not be your reading. So you have to take the reading as it relates to your experience, and if it doesn't resonate, then it's not your reading. But I feel like sometimes here in what you haven't learned is, you may be kind of, blocking and tackling here, and you don't really need to. You don't really need to. This person's more on board than you may realize, at least at their core. And the warning card for you, what can you learn that will help you maintain this connection in a more healthy way? That there are opportunities here that are new for this connection. So you can write your script. You can make it be whatever you want to be. The Ace of Pentacles can be a new beginning. The Ace of Pentacles can be an offer. And that offer could be coming in from this person. You don't even realize it. And so I like the 7 of Wands lesson in terms of, not being argumentative or defensive or resistant. There's another message here on the flip side of this that this Ace of Pentacles is making me think about. And that is that what you might not have learned so far is that it's important to stand up for what you want, to assert yourself. And that ties in nicely with that message, right? Like if your person is amplifying you and saying you're braver than you know, you're stronger than you know, get your confidence back. That kind of fits nicely with the alternative interpretation of stand up for what you want, assert yourself. And if reciprocity is what's important to you, look at the blessing here that this person may be more invested than you give them credit for, or that you even know at this point. We will see that in the extended. And that's why I'm seeing this as what you can learn that will help you maintain this connection in a more healthy way is to see the possibilities of what's being offered to you. Now this is the what's heartwarming card, so pay attention. What do you need to know for the future? What positives will this bring to your life moving forward? Well, certainly a Five of Pentacles upright is not a positive, right? So hang with me here, because I don't pull, some tarot readers do pull reversals, others don't. It's just a stylistic choice. I'm telling you it's coming through reversed, because what this person is bringing to your life is stability, right? I'm sorry, I'm getting like a weird phone call, right? So bringing in stability, bringing you in from out in the cold, bringing the warmth back. Yeah. Something solid, no instability, no insecurity. And so if that's been a part of the dynamic here, where you've been feeling out in the cold, or feeling sort of on the outside looking in and all the instability that brings, or if you've felt maybe devalued on some level, what the future holds is the reverse of that, is being on solid ground, being stable, having your worth and value be acknowledged and reciprocated, right? Like, I want to give to you the way you give to me, because that's what makes our connection our connection. That's really nice. So let's jump in and do a little clarification. Knight of Swords. Right. Remember I said sometimes in its reversed energy, the Knight of Swords can be a little testy, can, be a little spicy, but I feel here the extension of you is in that method of dealing with conflict. So it's conflict resolution by not letting anything fester, right? Like going in, clearing the air right away. Clean up on aisle 5. No drama, mama. We've got this together. So this person has picked this up from you, and it's an extension of you in even how they are out in the world. That this is something they've kind of met your soul, and then that imprinted on them, and they carry it forward. That's sort of the meaning of the position of the card. Let's look at the soul complement. Yeah, Knight of Swords. Remember how I said they go together kind of well? Yeah, they go together really well. So the Spirit's punking me here. Yeah. This person is sort of amplifying the whole construct of, we're better when we work through things together, when we face them together, when we don't let it lie, when we get right on it, we can overcome any obstacle, any conflict, any outside interference trying to pull us apart. That was kind of on the nose. Okay, so let's see. The Seven of Wands as the lesson. Ooh, Queen of Swords. I'm going to get some more on this here. Knight of Pentacles, Justice. It's very interesting. Queen of Swords and Justice are both Libra energy. So again, we're talking about some balance here, something that levels the playing field. And I'm still going with one of my first, my first crack, my first bite at the apple, which is if you're feeling like there's something you need to defend, if something isn't happening the way you envisioned it would, or you desire it to, or in the time frame that you expected, and you're kind of like trying to defend your position on that, even if it's just to yourself, I think the lesson is, just because something isn't right in front of you doesn't mean it isn't happening. Doesn't mean it isn't en route. Doesn't mean it isn't about to arrive at your doorstep, if that makes sense. I feel like the pace is slower here for a purpose. Okay, so if you're falling into negatives or worry or doubt because you're saying something hasn't happened here, this person isn't as invested as I am, where's the offer, what's going on here? There's a reference to, it's all good, it's all going to balance out. You need to bring a little more practical, pragmatic mindedness to the situation. A lot more of thought and perception instead of tense emotions, which can be hard because it's an emotional situation. I understand that. But what I'm saying is, there's something coming toward you. Very, very intentionally. Very well thought out. And so maybe if you look at it that way, Queen of Swords, right? If you say, well, on balance, I would much rather have this person show up ready to stay instead of feeling pressured to do something and then do it and not really be invested. These are all connected for sure. So let's look at the investment. That's the blessing. What have you been missing about this? Five of Pentacles. Almost as if you're sizing the situation up, your defensiveness, and I'm just using that word. There are other words to describe it. If you say, well, I'm not being defensive, I'm not necessarily saying you are. What I'm saying is it's a posture that we take, right? When we feel our integrity is not being honored, if we feel something isn't fair, if we're making a snap determination because it's not all going as planned. That can come from some insecurity. It can come from that sense of instability, right? Like, does this person value me? What do they think I am? Chopped liver? It's an old joke. Do they not recognize? Do they not think I'm worthy? What is this? Why am I out here in the cold feeling either, rejected, abandoned, discarded, whatever? It's because it's a faulty perception. Because I think what's really happening here is you've determined what it means that what you thought was going to unfold didn't unfold. What I'm telling you is what I see here is it's unfolding. It's just unfolding in a more methodical way, in a more deliberate and intentional way. And so there's subtlety there. And I feel what you can miss while you're sitting here feeling like, well, what's up with this? You're missing that this person really is more invested. You may be interpreting the slow uptake as disengagement, as someone who isn't as giving as maybe you are. You may be feeling it in a different way. I'm not saying it's not legitimate. I'm saying to feel that way. I'm saying the cards are showing you that it may not be the case. And it's calling you to kind of come at it from a little more balanced, level-headed perspective. Because something is en route to you. And it knows what it wants. The warning, what can you learn that will help you maintain this connection in a healthy way? Ah, I see. I see it now. Got it. The aces are gifts from spirit. I'm carrying all this weight for nothing. I better offload this heavy negative energy. It's weighing me down. It's right. Like now you got to see, oh, what was I thinking? How could I not see that this is potentially a new beginning, that there is potentially an offer coming toward me. It's not coming toward me the way I maybe thought it would, or when I wanted it to, but I see it differently now. I see the opportunity. From the bottom of the deck, the Five of Cups, you're holding on to some things from the past that did not go well. Regrets, mistakes, moments of despair, where you felt everything was, knocked over, spoiled. But there's the Two of Cups right behind you, bolt upright. The connection is there. It hasn't been vaporized. It's just that you're carrying the weight of the world. You're taking on all this pressure. You're pressuring yourself, and by proxy, possibly your person, and they're going to go at their pace, and they're going to do it their way. And they really want to be sure that you don't misunderstand their intentions, because they don't want drama. They don't want tension and chaos and conflict. And the two of you do better when you're pulling together, when you're on the same team. So I think that warning is sort of saying, open your eyes to see what's really possible. Unburden yourself of past disappointment, past mistakes, regrets, whatever. Unburden yourself of that. And then the heartwarming aspect for your future. Yeah, Magician. Ooh, Devil energy, Five of Swords. Yeah, so now it makes sense. All right, let me just show it to you so you can get the visual. What you're manifesting here and what this person's bringing into your life, in the future, in the positive, is the ability to sort of manifest the stability, to manifest that energy where you know your worth and value. It is not questioned, because they're not questioning it. You're the only one questioning it. And that's coming from ego. It comes from fear. It comes from that part of ourselves that feel tethered to something negative, like we can't have nice things. It's not true. It keeps us defensive. It keeps us raging against the machine. It keeps us feeling we have something, to defend. That's what I mean by defensive. Sometimes I hear the word defensive and I feel like it's, I'm talking about a teenage kid. If anybody has had teenagers, you know what defensive really is like. Right? But it's not always about being defensive. It's about feeling you have to literally defend yourself, your position, what you want, what you think should happen, or we get really on our soapbox. And if you look at him, he's above all these people with their wands coming at him. He's on his soapbox. At least for this reading. Right? And so this sense of I'm being played, I'm being taken advantage of, I cannot trust somebody's intentions. Right? I'm being gaslighted. It's coming from some place that tends to try to keep you small so you don't get hurt. But what this person brings into your life and what the future holds is we can manifest something far more stable, far more connected, right? Because what's the next card out? Six of Pentacles. So don't fall prey to this, I'm powerless, this person isn't being fair, I'm being played, whatever. All the places we go, the lower vibration that tends to pull us in and suck us down. No, you're stronger and you've got more gifts at your disposal, and that's part of what this person is bringing to light in the future. So that you don't question your worth or value, or that they question your worth or value. So I'm leaving that like that just so we don't forget for now. So that's the overall storyline. I know, kind of nuanced, but in the extended, we're going to look at your person, their higher, lower vibration, what's happening on their end. How can you recognize it? How does it present itself? What's the hidden energy with them? What's happening behind the scenes that you don't know about, but that could be very helpful. Their message to you. What do they want you to know? What are they trying to say? Their feelings, either for you, about you, what they're feeling right now about the connection. And of course, as always, their intentions. And it's a snapshot in time. So if this is spoken to you, the links, you can follow me. The links are below. And yeah, I'll go into it and clarify there as well. So your astrological associations, but before I do that, if you enjoy my readings and you haven't done so at this point, why not? Don't wait. Come in, subscribe, click the button that says subscribe. Once you're subscribed, make sure you click the little bell. I just noticed that the bell has a little down caret, a little down arrow. You got to click on that and set it to all, because it defaults to personalize. And for those of you who say, I haven't seen you in a while, there might be settings that are keeping you from getting all of my notifications. So just FYI. And yeah, if it's Saturday, I know, so you may not have any left, but if you do, there's my little thumbs up, and hype. If you hype the reading, it really pushes it out. It has been making a huge difference. And I want to thank all of you who have been supporting me in that way. Here's the astrological associations for this reading. We have the Knight of Swords, that is Gemini. And we have Leo in the Strength card. So from the main spread, Gemini and Leo. If you have Gemini or Leo in your chart, if your person has Gemini or Leo in your chart, extra added confirmation that this could be your message. Also, you can go into your natal chart and look at what house or houses Gemini and Leo rule in your particular natal chart, and that will tell you about the area of life or areas of life that some of this might be triggering. Activating would be a better word. Okay, so that's what I've got. The links are below. I'm headed to the extended. I'll see you there in a second. Bye for now.